15 days. That's all it takes to expose who you really are. Most people fail this test without even realizing it. You wake up on day 1 thinking, I'll commit, I'll push, I'll stick to the plan. By day 3, excuses creep in. I'm too tired. Tomorrow will be better. By day 7, the routine is optional. Comfort has taken over, silently redefining your identity without permission. This isn't about motivation, affirmations, or hype. It's about the invisible forces that determine whether you become the person who follows through or the one who gives up. Each choice in these 15 days, what you do, what you avoid, what you tolerate, signals who you are, far more than what you say or plan. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why most people fail at building discipline so quickly, the subtle mechanisms that let comfort hijack commitment, and the precise mental shifts that allow you to pass this test while others collapse. You'll see that discipline is not a habit, it's a reflection of identity, and passing this 15-day trial requires more than effort. It requires a realignment of who you allow yourself to be. To survive the 15-day discipline test, you need to recognize the patterns that make most people fail. There are 3 internal mechanisms at play, each determining whether you endure or surrender. First, the comfort creep. Comfort doesn't announce itself loudly, it creeps in through small, seemingly harmless choices. Skipping one workout, delaying one task, scrolling just a few extra minutes. Each concession feels trivial, but collectively, they signal your mind that avoiding discomfort is acceptable. Over time, the person you identify as, the disciplined, reliable version of yourself, becomes secondary to the version that takes the easy path. Second, the immediate satisfaction trap. Our brains prioritize short-term relief over long-term outcomes. You may start the test with a plan, but fatigue, distractions, and emotional comfort push you toward temporary relief. This is why intentions rarely survive the first week. Recognizing the trap is essential, understanding that momentary comfort is not neutral, but actively eroding your progress, gives you the awareness needed to resist it. Third, the micro-resistance principle. Success isn't about grand gestures, it's about repeated, deliberate acts that defy comfort. Make one small, purposeful choice daily that opposes your natural inclinations. Perhaps you start the day with the hardest task, or take 5 minutes to plan before checking your phone. These acts anchor your identity in action, not indulgence. Consider a grounded example, a colleague committed to a 15-day writing challenge, producing a short essay every morning. On day 5, exhaustion hit and the couch called. He resisted, just for 10 minutes, and continued writing. By day 15, not only had he completed the challenge, but his approach to daily tasks had shifted permanently. Discipline became a signal, not a struggle. These 3 mechanisms, comfort creep, immediate satisfaction trap, and micro-resistance, form a visible framework. They show why the test exposes weakness and how awareness, paired with deliberate small actions, positions you to succeed where most fail. Let's examine each mechanism in detail, connecting it directly to everyday life, identity, and long-term results. This is where the 15-day discipline test becomes clear, not just as a challenge, but as a mirror of who you truly are. Transition. The first failure point is comfort creeping in silently. On day 1, you wake with purpose. By day 3, skipping one task feels justified. By day 5, it becomes habitual. Comfort disguises itself as rest, as self-care, as earned indulgence. These small concessions might seem harmless, but they cumulatively redefine your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who intends to act but doesn't follow through. Imagine a man attempting to rebuild his morning routine. The alarm goes off, he snoozes, checks his phone, and skips journaling. That micro-choice signals to his brain, comfort matters more than action. By day 10, his original goal feels optional. Identity isn't in his intention, it's in his actions. Each small choice reinforces either the disciplined self or the comfort-addicted self. As Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Comfort creep erodes that bridge slowly, invisibly, until the gap becomes unmanageable. Awareness of the creeping pattern is the first step in reclaiming control. Transition. Even when you recognize comfort creeping in, short-term satisfaction still tempts you. The brain is wired to prefer immediate relief over delayed gains. This is why intentions fail mid-test. You feel tired, stressed, or bored, and your instincts push toward comfort. Choosing ease becomes a reinforced habit, silently shaping identity. A grounded anecdote: a young professional decided to complete a 15-day financial tracking challenge. Initially, it was simple: log every expense. By day 4, logging felt tedious. He skipped a day, then another. He rationalized it: it's just a couple of days, no harm. By day 7, tracking felt optional, and the habit almost collapsed. Recognizing the trap, realizing that avoiding short-term friction undermines long-term self-perception, he recommitted. The subsequent days became easier because identity shifted. He was someone who followed through despite discomfort. Breaking the immediate satisfaction trap requires small, deliberate confrontations with discomfort. Even a 1-minute act, resisting scrolling, completing a task, standing up to work on a project, trains identity faster than sporadic bursts of motivation. Transition. The solution lies in consistent, tiny acts of resistance. Micro-resistance is not dramatic. It is invisible but powerful. Each deliberate act that opposes comfort signals who you are. A simple daily example: starting your day with a challenging task before comfort can interfere. Or preparing a workout, even when energy is low, just to honor the commitment. These repeated acts create automatic alignment with your intended identity. Consider a colleague who committed to a 15-day writing streak. On day 6, fatigue struck. He considered skipping, but he wrote for 10 minutes anyway. That small resistance set the tone for the remaining days. By day 15, he wasn't just completing a challenge, he had trained his mind to prioritize identity over temporary ease. Discipline became ingrained, almost automatic, because identity had shifted before results became visible. Transition mechanisms matter most when paired with identity awareness. Discipline is not a habit, it is the reflection of who you consistently choose to be. Each act against comfort signals your self-perception. You are not someone who negotiates endlessly with ease. Micro-resistances compound, work routines improve, health habits strengthen, financial practices solidify. Comfort may remain, but it no longer dictates your identity. Over 15 days, the test exposes weaknesses because small choices either reinforce or erode identity. The compounding effect is subtle but inevitable. Each aligned action strengthens self-perception, creating momentum that extends beyond the test. Your decisions stop being optional, they become the natural expression of the person you are becoming. The 15-day discipline test is not just a challenge, it's a mirror. It exposes every concession, every surrender to comfort, every moment where intention fails to translate into action. What most people call failure isn't a dramatic collapse, it's the quiet accumulation of small choices that betray their identity. Comfort isn't neutral. Every delayed task, every skipped commitment, every excuse reinforces a version of yourself that is passive, reactive, and inconsistent. Discipline is not about effort or motivation. It is about aligning your actions with the identity you claim. When you practice micro-resistance, recognize the immediate satisfaction trap, and stay aware of comfort creep, you are actively shaping who you are. Small, deliberate actions compound into habits, habits into routines, and routines into identity. Over time, this creates a feedback loop where acting in alignment becomes automatic, almost effortless. Responsibility and self-respect are inseparable. Choosing comfort over standards corrodes both. Each small resistance reinforces your commitment to yourself, your values, and your potential. This is the quiet, compounding effect that transforms discipline from a struggle into a reflection of who you are. No grand gestures are required. No dramatic motivation is necessary. Awareness, deliberate microactions, and identity-aligned consistency are sufficient. By understanding these mechanisms and applying them daily, you ensure that the 15-day test doesn't just become a challenge you pass, it becomes a turning point in defining the person you are. The 15 days will pass, one way or another. Comfort will whisper, fatigue will tempt, and excuses will appear. But the person who consistently chooses action, who practices micro-resistance, and who aligns each choice with their intended identity, emerges unchanged by the pressure of temporary ease. That person is no longer negotiable with themselves. They act because that is who they are. Discipline becomes a reflection, not a struggle. It is evident in every small decision, what you do before fatigue convinces you otherwise, how you resist comfort silently, and how repeated acts of alignment compound into lasting strength. Each choice reinforces identity, each moment of resistance compounds into habit, and each completed day signals who you are becoming. There is no sudden revelation, no dramatic climax. The outcome is inevitable. You either allow comfort to define you, or you assert yourself quietly, consistently, until discipline is no longer optional, it is who you are. There is no sudden revelation, no dramatic climax. The outcome is inevitable. You either allow comfort to define you, or you assert yourself quietly, consistently, until discipline is no longer optional, it is who you are.